All right, so before we get into talking about behavior change and habits, I think it's very important to break down and have an understanding of what goes into the foods that we eat. And that's ultimately our macronutrients. So with macronutrients, we have three main ones: proteins, carbs, fats. And then there's also, so with proteins, carbs, and fats, that's going to be what combines to give us our energy and our fuel for the day. And then the fourth one is alcohol as well, which will also provide energy, believe it or not, but it is for another discussion. So with that, what foods are higher in protein sources? Lean meats, supplements, dairies, legumes, seafood, and so on and so forth. And protein is what I refer to as the muscle macro. Protein has a whole host of different functions in the human body, but in terms of our food, the main one is helping to rebuild and repair our muscles. So when we perform workouts, protein will help to rebuild our muscles so it grows back stronger and hopefully over time bigger as well. Protein is also very important to monitor. It will help keep us satiated, so that's one of the other benefits, and it does take a little bit more energy to break down protein, which can be beneficial as well. Carbs are our immediate fuel source, so if you think of yourself performing a high intensity workout, going for a run, whatever it might be, jogging up the stairs, mainly carbohydrates is what's going to be burned in doing so. Grains, legumes, fruits, definitely sweets, definitely starches, and some dairy as well. So it's important to note that with these different food groups, oftentimes they'll contain a combination of protein, carbs, and fats. Some, not all, but will have a combination of all three, but they'll have the majority coming from one or perhaps two of the macronutrients. When it comes to fats, there are a long-term fuel source. Fat can have an endless amount of storage in the human body for the most part. So with that long-term fuel source comes from oils, nuts, seeds, some supplements. So like an omega-3 supplement, whatever it might be. Some meats will have some fat, some dairy will have some fat, and then obviously some of your sweets and treats as well. So these three main groups are what make up our overall intake, our energy consumption, so to speak, along with alcohol.